I'm Tammy Jones, and I am the 2014 U.S. Amateur Champion.
I'm Linda Wang, and I'm the 2017 U.S. Amateur Champion.
My name is Dana Aft, and I am the 2013 U.S. Amateur Champion.
My name is Kenneth Brisbane, and I am the 2014 U.S. Amateur Champion! Yes! Yeah, baby!
Welcome back, folks, to Strokers in Palm Harbor, Florida for continuing coverage of the U.S. Amateur Championship presented by the American Pool Players Association. Just wrapped up a fantastic match on the streaming table, and we got another match just about ready to get started. Take a look real quick at who we've got in this match. We've got Chris. I don't think a T belongs there, but it's Chris Filippelli of Palm Beach Gardens, Florida, against Brett Stottlemyer of Pasadena, Maryland. Over on table 3, I think they are itching to get started there as the 3 o'clock round is well underway. Of course, this will be a race to 7, combination 8-ball and 9-ball, up to 5 games of 8-ball, up to 8 games of 9-ball. The tournament is double elimination up until the final round, which is an extended race. And the winner of the coin toss, not the lag, the coin toss, chooses the break or the format. So, can't quite tell over there who's who yet. Looks like Chris is going to have the break, and they are going to start in the 8-ball set. We've seen a lot of players start in the 8-ball set this year.
Yeah.
Like you said yesterday, they want to get a chance to hit a few balls.
Yeah, I think they kind of just feel like, you know, and we don't know all the players exactly, but you have the profiles. It could be just, you know, what they feel their strengths are. And
well, let's see what we can tell you about Chris here, other than that he's from Palm Beach, Florida. He's been playing pool for 30 years.
well, a nice opening break there. Hit him really square. He made a stripe on the break. So, not the easiest. I think about all he's got, if I see it correctly, is the 10 ball. He's got a back cut on the 9.
This is Chris's first appearance at the U.S. Amateur Championship. So, again, we're seeing another rookie debut on the streaming table here.
Yeah, and now that I see Chris, I actually spoke with him a little bit yesterday.
Shoots with a mez, it says here, with an Ignite shaft. Sponsored by Eastern Billiards in Kissimmee, Florida. It's towards Orlando.
Okay, again, he got a little thin on the 9 and the 11, so it should be the 13 here. If he makes this one now, should be okay from there. I mean, he's got a couple choices on the 9 or the 11, and he'll pick up the other one.
Boy, this match is going to have a tough time living up to that last one. We saw
he
Hill
read my
nail
mind,
biter.
yeah.
Ooh, man.
Talk about another Hill. We spoke about Richard Andrews.
Is he in a Hill battle now?
6-6 right now. And
Richard at the table, huh?
don't know the man he's playing, but I watched the last few games, and they both are playing really well.
That's over on table 5.
Okay, taking the thin cut on the 9 here. Should travel the cue ball around the 3 if he makes it out to the center of the table. Oh, he took the 11, excuse me. Wow, nice shot. That was not easy. Now you think he may look at shooting the 12 and getting on the 14 and leaving the 13 and 9 last. There's a lot of traffic there with the 7 and the 5. So may have to follow the cue ball down beyond the head string. May come one rail between the 7 and 5. We'll see. Okay, bump the 5, and I think that's going to be just fine. I think, anyways. It's real close. I know that. Of course, watching this main match, but I got to keep my eye on Richard a little bit on that Hill over there. He's at the table shooting the 5. He's only got 3 balls left.
2 balls left for Richard.
Yeah. Both the men, they look very comfortable playing. And that's what, man, I really like to see for all these players is love to see them all get as comfortable as they can and see their best game come out. I'll tell you, the camera would say that he can't get to the 14, but Chris doesn't seem too alarmed here, so. Oh, he's having to jump this a little bit. Didn't realize he changed to the jump cue.
Also practicing his yoga a little bit, it looks like. Woo!
Yeah, right.
He's all twisted up. Nice try there.
And Richard Andrews gets out.
Buried that 9-ball, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
Win for Richard in his first match. Congratulations to him. Meanwhile, on the streaming table, just getting started. First game, the 8-ball set, 5 games of 8-ball. This is Brett Stottlemyer at the table now. Brett's out of Pasadena, Maryland. Been playing pool for a long, long time. 3 decades he's been playing pool. Got started with his dad and his uncle. Brett's a guy that's been here several times before. Has finished as high as 5th, 6th.
There you go. So solid player.
Absolutely.
For sure.
And he loves to play one pocket, Jeremy. Just, you know.
Just a little info.
Well, he plays 8-ball, 9-ball, 10-ball, one pocket straight pool. I don't know what else there is.
Yeah, there's a few other, but not many. And Maryland has always been Baltimore especially, always been a big one-pocket town as far as pool's concerned. Okay, he got a little straight here, so we'll see if he can work that little angle to get on the 2 or the 3. I think it's the 2-ball next after the 6.
Brett wanted to give a shout-out to his future wife, Debbie.
Oh.
His dad. The folks at Brews and Cues and Lambros Cues. He plays with a Lambros cue.
Yeah, that's another one in that area. Great cue maker. Custom cue maker. Okay, nice shot on the 9 to get back started here for Chris. But what his concern is the 8-ball. You know, you can see the 8 doesn't have one of these lower pockets. So he's going to save the 13 for last because it's near the 8. That makes it usually easier to gain that. You need to play a little underneath position or short side position a little bit. Okay, you could add a little English to this, or he could come up one rail towards the 13. That'll work. He got a little thinner than he may have wanted. Now he's going to have to move the cue ball to the side rail and back underneath the 8.
Again, this is Chris Filippelli out of North Palm Beach, Florida. Eastern side of the state. We are on the western side of the state right now. Here in Tampa.
Nice shot. Really good fundamentals, really good stroke. Stay still through the shot. Nice jersey on the top of the screen there, that USA Moscone
You like
Cup
that,
shirt.
huh?
Yeah, that
you
was
probably
nice.
got a couple of those, huh?
Yeah. Oh,
Oh,
just
no.
barely overcut it.
That'll bring Brett back to the table here. Brett lists his pool influencers. This is his father, Efren Reyes, and Shane Van Boning. That's a pretty good trio.
Yeah, not bad.
It's a pretty good trio to look up to in the pool world. You got your dad in there. You got one of the greatest players in the United States, probably the greatest player in the United States currently, and you got the greatest of all time.
Yeah.
Cesar Morales.
All right, so Brett.
AKA Efren Reyes.
Yeah, we're going to get to see Brett break the balls here in game number 2. Saw a good opening break from Chris.
Stottlemyer off to a nice start, leads 1-0. It's race to 7. As we mentioned several times throughout our streams, all the players here at the U.S. Amateur Championship already having won their preliminary to get here. So really all a room full of champions, more or less, here duking it out for the ultimate bragging rights.
Yeah, and this is you can see a bit of the 8-ball rules here where he made one solid. Cue ball got back here to the end rail, and he's got a 1 ball that's a tough shot in the side because he's on the end rail, and that's the closest one to the cue ball. So without one hanging in the pocket up the table, you kind of figure he's going to try and take on the 1. Not only that, you know, it's kind of the ball that's down here by itself a little bit. So if he can bury this one, just all the work up there together at the bottom of the table. Nice shot. Oh, just hit a little too pure to the pocket. So now we'll see Chris at the table, and he should take the 10 ball away, and then like just kind of like the situation Brett was in. If he could, again, he's got ball in hand, so it shouldn't be a problem. But take away this 10 and then go up table, and you know all the works together up the table. So that usually makes for a lot of options and just a little easier, less stressful kind of a run here. Okay, should be good. Again, the 8's open. The 11 and 14 lead towards the 8 pretty easily. So just clean up all these stripes, and it's always nice, like again, when they're all grouped together, kind of. There's no other solids down here for some traffic. Excuse me. So really should be a pretty routine out. The good thing is when you have that is you get a lot of options. So if the the plan or the pattern changes a little bit, usually not that big of a deal when they're all sitting like this. So she'll just roll this in. He'll play the 12. Oh, just side pocket's gotten him twice now. So just kind of an unexpected, unforced error there. I don't want to lose the cue ball up table too much. Nothing wrong with that.
Some folks asking about score updates from various matches. Unfortunately, I don't have any updates on either of the matches you asked about. Jason Shearman, of course, that's the husband of Julia Shearman, who was the runner-up in the women's division. That's a pretty impressive pool playing couple there. And then Cody Allen. So you saw that USA jersey. That's Cody Allen. That's
okay.
Local kid, another up and coming young player, really young player there. I think he's maybe 18 years old, I guess.
Okay, great.
Probably just at 18.
Love seeing that. Well, I'll tell you, I watched Jason because they grabbed a table as soon as the event was over last night, and I watched Jason just hit a few balls, and looks like a pretty darn good player to me. Talking about Julia's husband, Jason Shearman.
That's a Jack and Jill Power couple there.
Yeah. See them in Vegas come maybe August, or is the teams first this year? I know you had to change things, or the tentative plan.
We moved the April event
to October.
No, we moved the April event to August.
Okay, and push the August to October.
We pushed the two big August events to October. So some of the events actually stay in August, like the Jack and Jill doubles.
Okay.
All the doubles will be in August this year. The Masters, the Team Captain Championship. So pretty much everything that's not the 8-ball and 9-ball World Championship will happen in August. The 8-ball and 9-ball Championships will happen in October. And the reason those are so much bigger is because you have 2 years of play that's in there. So that both of those events, we suspect, or just looking at the data, will be the largest of either tournament we've ever had.
Wow.
You know, because of the fact that it's 2 years worth of play of qualifying and that kind of thing. So.
Now, is that still at the Westgate, I guess it is?
Oh, yeah,
okay.
Still at our home away from home, the Westgate. Looking forward to getting back there, too. I never thought I could miss Vegas so much. Never thought I could miss, I love the Westgate, but, when it's time to go home, I'm ready to go home. But I miss both of those things pretty dearly. Looking forward to getting back out there. So we just need a few more things to fall in place. And
I'll tell you what, I can
by August.
see quickly what one of the biggest assets Brett has is the break shot. Did you see that break there? That was just really, really good. Now, he's going to be a little upset he didn't get on the 7 there. And he may go ahead and take it on anyways. I don't know if I would. He still has plenty of time to do that. If he doesn't mind the 2 ball, that's more of the shot I would probably shoot, but we'll see. See, now the cue ball's in a bit of trouble just from taking that on, so he's going to have to spin the 3 in with a lot of left English, it looks like. It does go, but it's tough. And the cue ball is going to have some speed coming off the 6 here if he does make it. Don't think he'll run into the 8, maybe. Maybe he can just flat cut this. That's what it looks like he's trying to do. Great shot. Now what's the 6 going to do? Is it going to agree? And it is. So in a good spot now. Still got to make a little bit of a touchy shot here, but okay, got on the 6. So now he's going to have to come into a ball, whether it be the 9 or the 10 with the cue ball. That's what he's looking at. Now, the one thing is, if he catches a piece of the 10, watch out. He may get behind the 8 with the cue ball. So we'll see how it works out here for Brett. Smart, though, looking he can come above the 8 and still have a nice shot on the 5. So he doesn't necessarily have to run into a ball here. Didn't put the stroke he wanted on it, just caught it a little heavy. So a bit of trouble here for Chris. Wondering what he can do to keep Brett off of a shot here. Nothing easy. He's looking at kicking 2 rails at the back of those 4 balls there. That would be a nervy shot, but one that if he pulled it off could be very, very effective.
Saw that
jumped
ball.
in the
Yeah,
air
I saw
there.
that
I
ball in the
saw that.
background on that table. Looked like Cody sent the. Was that the cue ball he sent flying, or the object
cue
ball?
Yeah, he made the 8, but then cue ball got in the air. So here's that 2-rail kick I was talking about. Looks a little long. Yeah, it's not going to be what he wanted. So it was, I think, worth the risk from where he was at. You know, a lot of people would say, "Man, why would you do that?" But you could see with the 6 hanging, he really needed to get the snooker there. Really the only way he's probably going to come away with the victory. So don't overthink here too much. If you're Brett, just knock the 5 in, drop on the rail, knock the 6 in, come up the right side of the rail. Pretty routine, easy shot on the 8. And looking to add to this lead, 3-0. And they're all going to be a little nervous no matter if you've been here or not, but you might tell the guys that have been here a little bit different than some of them that haven't, right?
Yep. Brett is definitely off to a strong start here in his first match at this year's U.S. Amateur Championship. He will have the break in this fourth of 5 games of 8-ball. Well, we got a minute. We'll thank all of our sponsors, Action Cues, Pool Dog, the folks at Valley Dynamo, and of course Airmouth, the premier pool balls. Our friends over in Belgium. Stayed in touch with them throughout this pandemic, always kind of comparing notes to see how they're doing over there.
Similar situations, but a little different protocols around the world, that's for sure. Man, he can really put some force into that rack. He's made a stripe, and the one hung. And that makes a huge difference right there. Now he's forced to take the stripes, and always nice to have that option, right? So you can see the 11 and 12 and 5 over on that left side pocket really creating some problems. So if he can get on the 11, he can probably open up the 12. If he can get on the 11 correctly. So he's going to take on the 10, which is probably going to lead to a little thin cut shot on the 9. Okay, squeeze the cue ball out a little bit. Now here he just wants to cut this in, excuse me, and go directly at the 11 a little bit. I think he can play a breakout shot, not necessarily right here, but that's the shot I was talking about. Now he can roll the 11 in and bump the 5. I think when he bumps the 5, what's he going to leave as far as a shot next, and he's going to be elevated. Okay, Chris has got to get on the board here soon. Had a couple little opportunities, but pretty open though. Should take the 6 away and the 4 away, I think anyways, and they're open like this. You don't want to take a chance on a missed kind of shot, but don't really see a problem here. You won't leave the 4 for last, even though it's near the 8. It's kind of down here by itself a little bit, so should take the 4 off next. Go ahead and get to that 5 ball that's a little hidden over there by a couple stripes.
Folks asking about the outcome of that last match. Ernesto Bayawa with a 7-6 win over defending champion Blake Baker. Blake moves to the 1-loss side of the bracket. He'll have to work his way back there. Ernesto moves on the undefeated side. It was a great match. Hill. Ernesto with a break and run in that final game makes the difference.
Like the 7 goes easily in the side, definitely goes in the lower right corner to finish off the run most likely. He may shoot the 2 last, get on the 7 right here and then finish the 2 last. Kind of his choice. Looks like it's the 2 and then the 7 in the side though. The thing is, when he's on the rail with the cue ball, so doesn't want to get too much angle on the 7, of course. Excuse me, but the way it lays, he's elevating. Okay, I was going to say the way it lays, he could get over top of the 15 with the cue ball when shooting the 7. Doesn't want that, so Taking a little chance at a miss here, yeah, by elevating. I'm not sure if I would have done that or not. I kind of understand why he did it. There was definitely good reason. So now Brett with a straight in 9 that'll lead towards the 11 and the 15. Probably finish the run on the stripes with the 12 getting on the 8 and the side. So 12 on the side getting on the 8 last. Okay, maybe the way they lay, he'll actually finish with the 11 here because he'll shoot the 15 and then the 12 on the side, and that way he doesn't have to move the cue ball off the 15 at all, just basically a stop shot. Oh, he fires them, huh, Jason?
You tend to do that more when you're up 3-0.
I guess so, yeah, that makes sense.
Like to lay it out there a little bit more.
Okay, we'll add a little bit of side spin here, just a little, not much, just a touch of left. Okay, nice angle to come back for the 8, so all about just making the 11. Got a little thick, to the hole.
Chance now for Chris to get on the board.
Yeah, huge opportunity. He fell a little straight, so he's going to have to draw the cue ball if he really wants to get a lot closer to the 8, which should be manageable. Watch outside pocket. Okay, he's clear. Not by much, but definitely clear.
Fires that 8 in the corner, and he is now on the board. Still trailing by 2 games, but he will have the break, the all-important break.
And the last break of our 8-ball part of the session.
If you're just joining us, you're seeing live coverage of the U.S. Amateur Championship taking place at Strokers in Palm Harbor, Florida. 117 players in the field, 128 qualified, 117 here. A few more players than normal that didn't make it down, unfortunately. One of which we were told right before this match, some folks had asked about Kenny Brisbane. Sounds like he might have run into the dreaded virus. I don't want to give too much away, but, you know, I think you know where I'm going with that. I don't want to tell his business, but we're sorry to hear that he's not going to make it. He's a great guy.
Yeah, great champion.
Our best to him.
We had another dry break here in game number 5. Tough layout, though. A lot of work. An opening miss there from Brett. Some side pockets have gotten the guys in this match. A lot of congestion both ways. Kind of might lean towards the stripes just because the 4 is kind of down there by itself with that 11 and 14. So I like this shot, shooting the 12 and tearing them balls out. I don't know if he's going that route, but that's what I like anyways, trying to tear out the 11, 14 like that. Watch out, cue ball. Now he got kissed up here to where he may not have much of a shot. He's got an 11-14 combo, maybe a long cut on the 15. Other than that, not a whole lot of options after a pretty nice shot there to try and rearrange the furniture a little bit. The young kid with the Moscone jersey on, where's he from?
That's Cody Allen. That's
Right.
Jeanette's. That's Gene Allen's son.
Oh, okay.
So
Great.
Yeah, in fact, early on in the pandemic, a lot of our viewers might remember we had Jeanette and Cody play a match from their house. You know, they were obviously they live under the same roof. So, of course, a shout out to our good friend Jeanette, who is, as most folks know by now, battling stage 4 ovarian cancer. I know she certainly wishes she could be here for a little while this week to see all this great play, but she's got more important things to focus on right now, and we wish her the absolute best. Hope she's doing well. Of course, you can still donate to the Black Widow Legacy Fund. You can go to GoFundMe and search Black Widow Legacy Fund if you're interested in supporting Jeanette in her fight and helping to secure the future of her 3 young daughters, with the kind of the future uncertain for Jeanette. So, but we wish her the best.
Yeah, and she's, I'll tell you, for such a big
I know she'd be
name,
watching Cody for sure.
Oh,
She
yeah,
could be. There's no doubt about that. So seeing him certainly reminds me of her. And
unfortunate kiss and scratch there. So now the ball's open for Brett a little bit after Chris actually getting through the rack, and it was a tough shot there. Wasn't easy trying to elevate off the rail. So you can see probably again, just like we talk about a lot of times with the 8-ball, you take care of one part of the table. So that'll be the 2, 6, 1, and 7 taken care of first, in whatever order that Brett feels correct. Could have used a little more out of the cue ball there, and that happened. That's very similar to game number 3. We just end up a little short on a ball, and he ended up missing the 11, I think it was. But I think he's okay here. But then he'll, after tackling these solids on one end, he'll drop back down to the other end with the 4, 5, and all that, and then the 8 to finish up. Last game of the 8-ball here in this session at, what is it, the 4:30 round, I guess it was? No,
the
3 o'clock
round.
3 o'clock
3
round.
o'clock
That's
round.
right.
Well, I tell you what, the day just gets away from you when you're in here, isn't it? You don't really see the light outside because we got the windows all covered up, and you just really kind of lose yourself in where you're at in the day. You get so engrossed in the play here. It's kind of cool. The next thing you know, it's like 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
You haven't eaten, and you're
You're wondering, what the heck? What have you done? That's what I did yesterday. I didn't eat much.
Got to stay fueled.
Yeah. All right, big shot here. He's kind of floated a little bit. Oh, nice stroke there. One of his better strokes of the match. Real fluid there through the ball. Okay, perfect little angle to move over for the 8 in the same pocket. Oh, kind of squeaked that one in a little bit, but still got her down. And now, you know, after 5 games of 8-ball, you can't ask for much more than a 4-1 lead. Oh, my.
Commentator curse.
Wow. I do it. I never learn.
Oh, here's an update on the Jason Shearman match from Mrs. Shearman. Says Jason is up 6-1. She thinks is up 6-1. Sounds like he's on the cusp of winning his first match, if that score is accurate. We appreciate that, Julia. And congratulations on an outstanding finish in the U.S. Amateur Women's Division.
Well, that was a pretty routine 8-ball for Brett. And if Chris goes ahead and gets out here, we'll see if he can, you know, kind of regroup mentally. That kind of ball there can mess with you for a little bit, because you're looking at a big big lead in this short race at 4-1, you know. So
I will say I've seen a number of comments on here from some folks that know Brett that contend we have yet to see his best in this match. So despite the fact that he's leading by slightly less than what he probably should be, they seem to think the best is yet to come from him. So he'll take a 3-2 lead into the 9-ball set. Chris will have the break. Again, a nice shot of the room here at Strokers. With all the tables in action, it looks like, yeah, I think so. Maybe
Yeah,
there's
I
one.
think so.
Is there one over there?
I don't think
no,
so.
Everybody's
I think
in action.
They're
again.
just
All
on
right.
a little break right there on that table. So.
And I believe this is the last round where anybody had yet to play. So.
All right, corner ball shot straight in. The one's going to be a little light as far as giving him a real nice shot on the one, but he's got something. Probably a safety, seeing as how the two's a little covered up. So if the two is a little more open, you may see a bank shot getting played here. Doesn't want that to go in. Yeah, and it was just kind of sitting that way. Okay, I think he's got a small little piece of the two. He may not elect to use it. No, maybe not. Maybe he's got a kick at it. Okay, not turning out too bad. He's going to leave a shot, but nothing easy for Brett. So it's real natural, though. So if he can make it, he comes across for the 4, no problem. The 5 goes by the 6 if he has to play short side. So really just the emphasis here, like always, make that ball. Well, he kind of made it in off the 5. I don't know how he did that, but he'll take it. Okay, perfect speed there. He'll want to gain a little angle on the 6. Nothing too extreme, but definitely an angle. It looks a little flat. So we'll see. He's going to have to work the cue ball here. Well, he's got a little angle to go with high right. So in between the 7-9 is what he's trying to do here. Just like that. Nice shot. Nice out there. A little lucky on that opening shot on the 2, but kept it together and ran out. Now extends that lead back to 2 games.
Just a reminder, this is a race to 7. Could see up to 7 more games of 9-ball. Chris working on that rack. I'm guessing Brett will take a quick look at it when he's done. There's the aforementioned review of the rack. Feels good about it.
Yeah, and he definitely a good rack the first game, that's for sure, along with a good break. Corner ball went in. Don't think he's going to back off much. Yeah, he hits him, that's for sure. He's made the 3 on the break. He's going to get a nice shot on the 1. Really nice open table. If he can just draw the cue ball back, get a little heavy on the 2 and the side, should be okay. Nice shot. Good smart shot to get the run started. Don't do too much. Take on the 2 in the corner. Got the 4 near. Gonna have to work from the 5 to the 6 a bit, but
Brett pockets the 2 in the corner there. Chalks his cue, surveys the table. Pockets the 4. Brett extends his lead here in this race to 7. Now needs just 2 more games. Again, he will enjoy the break in this winter break format. Well, Brett didn't even bother to take a look at that rack. Looks like he got the 4 ball there. Fails to cut that 1 in the corner. That'll bring Chris back to the table. Chris Filippelli. Chris mentioned Steve Miserak, Dennis Sirani, and Sam Cantar as influences in his pool career. Chris said his goal is to consistently finish in the top 5 of the tournaments that he plays, the pool tournaments. This is day 1 of this year's Open division of the U.S. Amateur Championship. Chris trying to chip away at Brett's lead here. Get back in this match. Pockets the 5 up in the corner there. Six into the lower corner. Can't get the 7 to drop. Well, bad news for Chris is going to be good news for Brett, I suspect. If he can finish out this rack, he will be on the hill. Uh-oh. Scratches in the side pocket there. Gives Chris new life in this rack. Looks like he's going to take advantage here. Pockets the 8. Pockets the 9 in the opposite corner. And he pulls within 2. Brett leading 5-3 over Chris. And he will have the break. Quite a swing there. Brett looked to be in good shape to get on the hill. Just like that, it's a 2-point match. And Chris will have the break. Gotten a little closer since you stepped away.
Yeah, I saw it was 5-2 and now 5-3.
Yep, Brett had an opportunity to run out.
Got a
scratched on the after pocketing the 7 ball. Gave Chris new life, and he took advantage, pulled within 2.
Yeah, I wanted to give a shout out to a man that I don't know came up to me and told me some unfortunate news about Ron Park, who's on that trophy over there. Maybe the first one to ever win the U.S. Amateur, I'm not sure, but one of the early ones.
Yes.
And a great player for a long time. I played some professional pool after that, and he's had a battle with COVID, and it's not looking too good right as we speak. So
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, long time friend of mine, 30 years maybe, close to it. And a really good guy, somebody that's everyone always enjoyed being around. And so
Ron Park was the first ever U.S. Amateur champion in 1994.
I knew it was an early one. So
Cleveland, Ohio. Well, I am very sorry to hear that. And we wish
He's
Wish him the best.
yeah, he's a tough guy. So
Yeah.
I know he's fighting, but just anybody just sending prayers
hear
towards
that.
North Carolina. I'm sure he still lives in North Carolina. Been there a long time. And a good friend of lots of people in the pool world. So
Well, we're thinking of you, Ron.
that's right.
Hoping you can pull through. The very first U.S. Amateur Champion, 1994 Cleveland. Even before my time at APA, several years before my time.
Yeah, you were just a pup, I think.
Still
right?
in high school in 1994.
Yeah. Well, back in the action, and we'll all be thinking of Ron throughout the
Absolutely.
weekend, of course. First guy that ever won it, and he appreciates all these players, both ladies and men, trying to put their name on that trophy.
Absolutely.
And he's a fighter, so I'm sure he's fighting. And back at the table now, Chris here with a tough situation. He's going to maybe end up a little close to the 5. He was trying to shoot for in between the 5 and 6 there with the cue ball. So we'll see if he wants to take on this cross-corner bank. It looks like it's sitting pretty good, Jason. I like him shooting at the bank. I mean, it's probably a winning shot. Meaning if he makes it, he probably gets on out behind it. Now he's going to lay the 5 behind the 9 and try and go up the table with the cue ball. We all talked about it all week. That distance is you can't get the snooker. That distance is your best line of defense. Okay, and Brett's definitely going to go for this shot. No reason not to. Wow, great stroke. He's really got a lot of power, Brett does. Saw it on the break shot just to open early in the match, and seen it many times since.
Brackets from this tournament can be found on CompuSport.us. Go to that site. You can look up the U.S. Amateur Championship. You can look at the overall bracket. You can search a player and see where they lay out on the bracket, all the way through potentially.
Tell you, a really nice shot there. Better than the 5, in my opinion, even the 6 was.
You ever seen that CompuSport? You ever looked at that?
Oh, yeah.
Man, I love that because you're going into a tournament, especially like our Vegas events. You get a chance to kind of look and kind of navigate like, oh, well, here's when I could play and here's when I should have time to do some other stuff. I really think that's a great tool for pool players.
Yeah, anytime you can make a plan, it's only going to be better. And CompuSport gives you that opportunity.
Well, Brett fires in that 9 ball in the corner pocket. He is now on the hill, leading 6-3 in this race to 7. Mr. Filippelli has most certainly got his work cut out for him now. Needs to win 4 in a row.
Yeah, and I don't know Chris, but I tell you, you can tell it's just a little bit of unforced errors, really. You can't get through the rack as smooth as he did a lot of times. It's just a couple little shots got away from him. So just settle his nerves, maybe it is, and, get the opportunity. It is winter break, so we will see some comebacks. I don't know if it's going to be this match, but we will see them at some time through the weekend. Man, he
Got
really
that 9 ball moving.
really unloads on the break, huh? He's got a ball down. He's going to have a little bit snookered on the 1. I wouldn't doubt he goes for a rail first shot here, though. Just kind of roll it with a rail first, try and hold the ball because the 2's over the lower right-hand corner pocket. So shape is not the issue here. Maybe he's rolling out to the jump, which is a very common decision these days on the rollout. In my opinion, Chris, I know you're down, but probably best to pass this shot percentage-wise. I know you may not get back to the table for your opening match here, but if Brett happens to make it and get on out, he just kind of deserves it. But I think percentage-wise, he's supposed to pass this, Chris is. Okay. He's going to get a shot. A little elevated over the 6. Some 6, 7 feet away, too. So, man, nothing easy here. Gonna make the 2. Get another long shot on the 1. And Brett's gonna get a real nice starter here. He's close enough to it, he can really hold the ball if he wants. He may elect to move it. He wasn't afraid to move it in other situations. Okay, nice shot. A little thin on the 3, but and the real work is from the 5 to the 6. So big shot here on not only the make, but getting good position. Decent. As they go in between the 8, 9, 2 rails, back out. Looks like drawing the ball is kind of touchy. So I think I like a high ball here, trying to hit between the 8, 9 to the 2nd rail. Like that. Nice shot. Really good speed on the cue ball. Definitely start to see Brett getting very comfortable, and that'll bode well for him. What looks like him staying on the winner's side, and will have to play another match today, I believe. I think most play 2 on the winners today. Most do.
We look at our trusty CompuSport, and I can tell you for sure.
He wanted to get it off the rail a little bit more, so not out of the woods yet.
A win here, and Brett will play later tonight, 7:30 round. The loser here is going to move on and play at 9 o'clock tonight. So both players going to play again today, one way or another.
Great shot.
And not much stands between victory here for Brett.
No.
Got it. Pockets the 9 on the side. He's moving on in the winner's side of the bracket. Chris is going to move to the 1-loss side of the bracket. Again, they will both play later today. Brett at 7:30. Chris at 9 p.m. Another great match here at the U.S. Amateur Championship in Tampa, Florida. We appreciate you folks joining us, and we will be back in just a little while.